Trump administration is talking about considering an expansion on the travel ban. So the travel ban it's affecting right now 19 countries, but they have already talked about and written out which are the countries that they are considering extending an additional 36 countries to add to the travel ban. Now this is not official, right? But they do have a 60-day vetting window that is currently pending. So basically if they do decide to do the travel ban, it will be official until August. Okay. Now the countries that they're looking at, it's a lot of countries in Africa, Caribbean and Atlantic, and Asia and Pacific Islands. So I'll go over some of these countries so you keep it in mind. If you're from any of these countries and you're considering to come to the United States, I would recommend you come before August so that you're not affected in case it does go through, right? So it's Angola, Benin, Burkina Faso, Cabo Verde, Cameroon, Central African Republic, known as the DRC, Côte d'Ivoire, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Democratic Republic of Congo, Ethiopia, Gabon, Gambia, Ghana, Liberia, Malawi, Nigeria, Senegal, South Sudan, Tanzania, Uganda. I'm skipping a couple. Zambia, Zimbabwe, Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, okay, Cambodia, Syria, Tonga. So, it's mainly, it's African countries that are the most affected, but they've also got these Caribbean countries. I was not honestly expecting that St. Kitts or St. Lucia would be on this list. And they've also have Egypt is on the list according to a few different reports as well. So the 60-day clock started in the mid-June memo. So I would imagine that if it does go through, so they have to give 60 days, it'll be mid-August that this becomes official. So if you're from one of these countries, I would definitely recommend that you try to come before those dates. And keep in mind that the K-1 visa is not protected from being affected by these visas. So they do have exceptions, they have exemptions of the rules. And U.S. citizen spouses, immediate relatives are exempt, but K-1s are not. So I have some clients that I'm talking to, even one today, to decide, what do you want to do? Do you want to go ahead and get married and would change your case to a K3 visa? What do you want to do? Do you want to go ahead and get married and would change your case to a K3 visa, which is an accelerated marriage-based visa? You could do CR1 visa, because otherwise we can try to fight it like we did with my other client. And we did in fact get lucky for them that it seems that they're still going to process their K1 and approve them. But that was only after we fought it with the embassy and we said, hey, you've, misapplied the law. Now, whether they did or didn't misapply the law, they decided to reopen the case, but they also sent us with the Department of State their interpretation of the rule, which is basically the K1's not included here. And they are instructed to reduce all visas for those specific countries. And even though our client is Venezuelan, which is on the partial ban list, and supposedly this visa should not have been affected, it seems that the government is using their discretion to reduce and deny cases, even cases like K1. Okay, so I do recommend that if you have a K1, because it's not clear what will happen, if you just filed, go ahead and get married and then change it to a K3, which is, filing the I-130, and after that, the I-129F to expedite, and you have two options, two cases pending before the government. Okay, or you can just do a CR1, and you have to file the I-130 after you get married. So those are a couple of things I would recommend to do to try to avoid you being affected by the travel ban.